What if my music doesn't make a difference to the people living in this life? Yeah, what if I'm a good enough writer but I don't play my cards right? What up, you know what's up, it's Don the 7. And this will be the first time in a long time that we are doing a Q&A today. I'm going to try and keep this video quick because there's lots of stuff that I have to do this week. It's a very busy week for me and probably next week as well. I have about 5 questions here that were asked to me somewhat commonly, so I wanted to answer some of these for you guys. But before we get started, I would like to say, as you've probably noted, Give Up the Crown is now out on Spotify and Apple and all other platforms. Make sure to go and stream and share it as much as you possibly can. It's my first studio single. It's produced by Curb the Kid. It was an absolutely amazing experience working with him. I continue to work with him on a lot of songs. There will be a lot of songs coming up that we are working on very quickly. A lot of it is right up my wheelhouse and a lot of it's kind of straying into other areas, so I really hope that you guys enjoy. But let's get right into it. The first question, and this one's probably the one that's asked the most, is how would you describe the music that you typically make? The thing is I try to stay versatile as an artist. I try to venture into the different subgenres of rap music, and sometimes it doesn't always work the best. It's, you know, there's areas where I'm definitely not good at. I'm not good at making club dance music. It's not, my voice doesn't fit it as well. But you know, there's areas where I can do the aggressive stuff, and I can do the, you know, the sad storytelling, and I can do the crying rap or whatever else, the Christian rap, or I can do the auto-tune rap, which there's a little hint for you guys. I try to keep myself very versatile, but what I typically like to create is the storytelling stuff. I have a lot of stories. It helps me vent. The responses are always really good when I release those songs. Everybody likes them, everybody relates to them. They're stories that, you know, people can take bits and pieces out of and relate to stories in their own life. Those are the things that I typically like to create. I love to be able to connect with you guys with my music. I love to be able to touch your soul. What I make music for is for myself, but also so I can help people get through things. It makes my day when people tell me my music helped them get through something. Yeah, that's the typical stuff that I create. Which instrument is your least favorite to play, and how do you make sure you play it well? Okay, so my least favorite instrument to play is that one right there, the bass. And it's funny because typically the bass is one of the easier instruments to play, but for me, I know how to play the piano fairly well and I play the guitar, it doesn't match up. Like, you know, when I'm playing the piano, I'm pushing with both my fingers, and then when I'm playing with the guitar, I'm pushing with one hand but I'm strumming with the other. With this one, I'm pushing but I'm plucking, and it's just, I find it so difficult. What I do if I'm ever on a track where it calls for an analog bass, I typically do a lot of takes of it and comp together. I also just make sure that I keep the bass line fairly simple because it's not my strongest suit. I've only had to do it a couple of times. I actually just finished a song where I did it for an assignment, and I'm gonna be doing some lyrics and everything else for another artist of sorts. He's more of a guitar player who really wants to get his portfolio out of some work that he's done, so I'm gonna play the bass for him on there, and he can play the guitar just to kind of fill out the sound. That's the instrument I hate the most out of the ones that I know how to play. Describe your creative process when you write new music. So there's a lot of different ways that we can go about this, because some of my songs are produced by me, like the beats are made by me, but a lot of them are outsourced from other producers I collab with. So, you know, Ian Perry or Curb the Kid. If I'm able to source a producer because it's not my strongest suit, I'll take one, right? So either I will make the beat myself or source it from another producer. I'll always make sure that I'm in the area when, you know, different things happen in the beat, so I can give my input and, you know, have a part of the creative process and learn some things so I can better myself. After that, I'll probably take the song and write lyrics over it for a dependent amount of time, depends on how much I'm feeling the song or what else I'm doing in my life at the time. After that, I will typically take Curb and we'll go into the studio to record. We'll do a bunch of different takes, overdubs, all that kind of stuff, because I feel really comfortable working with Curb. He puts me in a space where it's fun and we're also getting a lot of work done, so it really puts out my best stuff. Like Give Up the Crown was recorded with him, just him and me in the studio, and Jordan was there, but he's like my hype man, so I had to bring him in. My best work gets done when I'm working with Curb because he just helps me get out of my comfort zone and really bring out the best in my rapping. I don't really go to Beto anymore for mixes because I wanted to get good at it myself. It's kind of a career in which I want to get into. So I started mixing my own songs, and, you know, some of the songs that are out right now weren't mixed by me. Like Fallen was mixed by Beto, and Give Up the Crown was mixed by Ian, but some of the ones that'll be coming are mixed by me. So the mixing and mastering process is done by me mostly now, And then after that, obviously part of the mastering process is listening to it on my monitoring speakers, my phone speaker, my laptop speaker, my JBL speaker, you know, just a bunch of different types of speakers to make sure it sounds good in all areas. And then from that point, we drop the song for a little bit and work on some photography and some video and some promotions and worrying about the social media, which you guys should be following by now. So yeah, that's kind of the creative process. Then we release it onto DistroKid and it drops. That's about as good as it gets. Is there another musician that you have mentored or trained? Yes, in a sense. There's this kid who's from my hometown in Maple Ridge. He's just kind of starting out. He's got a couple of songs. I see a lot of potential in the kid. He's got a good heart and, you know, he really wants to do it, but he can't get a job yet. He's a year or so away from being able to legally be employed. So he makes do with what he has. He has a laptop and a, you know, somewhat so-so microphone and an interface, and he records his songs in there. And, you know, he's got a lot of work to do. He's got a long way to come, but I see a lot of potential in the kid. He's got the heart for it and he's got the work ethic. Just a pure heart kid, and I really like him. So I've mentored him in areas where I try to help him with his songs without actually touching them because he wants to do it himself, and which is very respectable and admirable of him. So I kind of give him my 2 cents and help him with the process. Yeah, that's kind of like the only mentoring I've really done in music, at least. The last question I have that people ask a lot is, what would you do if you made a mistake during a performance? I mean, I'm not a very funny guy. I definitely have a sense of humor, but I'd probably, you know, if you can't laugh at yourself, you can't laugh at anybody. So if I made a mistake during a performance, like, you know, I fell off the stage, or as long as I was fine and not hurt or anything else like that, I'd probably crack some stupid joke. You just need to shake it off and keep going. It's just a mistake. People are people. We're all human and we all make mistakes. But that's all the questions that I had for today. Let me know if you guys want me to do more of these Q&A videos. I really don't mind doing them. I like answering your guys' questions. We've only done one so far because it takes a long time for me to gather the questions that you guys ask. Like, I just kind of find trends over time. These 5 were just trends that people ask. So I wanted to make sure that I answered them for you guys because they're commonly asked questions. But I'd also like to point out that we're coming close to the end of the year here. We have another 2 months left, and there will be one more song for the end of 2021, and I want you guys to vote in the comments whether or not you want me to start off 2022 with an EP or really close together singles. Vote in the comments below, EP or all singles, and all the votes will be tallied. I've already done votes on Instagram. It's very, very close. A lot of people want to see a lot of singles and a lot of people want to see an EP. I know which one I'm leaning towards. You know, if the tie gets broken, then that's the one that I will do. Make sure to vote in the comments below on that. Make sure to keep running up, give up the crown and fallen on all streaming platforms. Put it on your playlists and recommend it to your friends. Yeah, that's been the Q&A video for us. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do the usual, like, sub, comment, and share. And as always, this has been Don the 7, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out to the Empire.
I got people bopping to my music out in Sicily. When you hear my name, it best be known I'm making history. Wonder how I come up with the rhymes, your biggest mystery. Pitying you fools, a waste of time. My name ain't Mr. T, you listening? Lyrics fresh like mystically. Magic erasing this stupid shit on your computer screen. This ain't new to me. What else do you need to make sure you see that everything I do is planned, so I stay in the lead? He said, she said, I was a meathead. That makes sense. Rebirth event. It might seem like a leave with regret. Fuck that shit. I know where to get my feet set. He said this and she said that. I got permits to state this rap. I'm dropping hits to make it back. Don't like my shit, I did not ask. This stutter. My shit kills like a goddamn hunter. My new skills have been uncovered. Watch your back cause you might get smothered. Down this 7 there is no other. I drive this shit, bitch, give the rudder. Rock this ship, oh shit, done fucked her. No more posts, just host that brother, bummer. Yeah!